Hi everyone, so today I have something exciting, well, exciting for me. If you're into journaling and all that kind of stuff, I think you will enjoy this. So I've been on a hunt for a nice kind of alphabet stamp, and I do have a few things, but I wanted this one as well. So it's good to have a variety of different fonts, and I really like this one because I like the font of the letters. It's kind of sort of elongated and simple and kind of straight and neat. So I do like this font a lot, and it's by Tangerine. So I actually seen this in one of her videos when she was doing like a journal spread of some sort, and I really liked the look of it, so I then kind of started looking for it and I found it on Amazon. Now there was a little time issue with it because it was supposed to be delivered like you know, a good week before, and I didn't get it delivered. Then it was supposed to be part of one package with another product. The other product arrived, this one didn't, and I had to wait another week, so it kind of was a little bit long, but nonetheless I'm happy I got it in the end. So the numbers, however, so you get the reason they separated the numbers and put the bottom line on top is because of the packaging, obviously. So they wanted to start with the ABC, and then they had to put the bottom line on top here, so it's hidden. So you do get 0 to 9, and you also get exclamation mark, question mark, ampersand, is it the ampersand, the end sign, and a plus, I think. So I don't well, I can't say that I don't like the font of the letters because it's supposed to look like handwritten, but I kind of wish that it was the same font as the letters. So I will go ahead, open them, and kind of give them a little test drive. So I do like the size of them as well. You can see they're quite big. So let me just open this on camera. So there is a line here which is perforated, and you can just either cut it. It says it's advised to cut it, so let's cut it. It doesn't rip very well, maybe because it's plastic. So here we go. So I cut it now. It's a little bit sharp now that I cut it, I have to say. But in essence, I think I might just cut it a little bit more, and I'm going to round the edges because I know myself. I'll stick my finger in there somewhere and cut myself. So, okay. So this is what it comes. It comes in this little tray, so it's nice and convenient to have it. And I would really recommend, having experienced this from a smaller stamping set, I really recommend to keep it in the box because it makes it so much easier to pick out the letter, for example A, and then use it and then put it back. So you can see it's quite big and tall, so it's not too fiddly. It's comfortable to hold in your hand, because when they're too small sometimes it gets a little bit you know, just kind of a bit of a fiddly job to do that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put these at the bottom, slide these here, and voila. So okay, so I'm going to grab my insert, and let's see, I think I'll do a little stamping test on here just to see how it goes. Okay, so I've got my Ranger archival ink ready in black, jet black. So it's a good, it's my favorite, just kind of go to black ink. This one is not waterproof. Oh, it is, sorry. No, it is waterproof and acid free and permanent. Sorry about that. I was thinking of this other ink, but no, yeah, so it's waterproof. And I think I'm just going to write today's day and stamp the date. So today's Tuesday, and I think this video is going to go up probably tomorrow. So if you wonder on a Wednesday why it's a Tuesday, now you know. Okay, so I'm going to start, and there are different ways of stamping this. So imagine this is your kind of journal spread, and you want to do the letter. So you kind of need to know roughly where to start, because you need to know how long the word is going to be. So if you're going to start somewhere in the middle and you know it's going to finish over here, that could be a look if that's what you're going for, but you need to just keep it in mind, because if you want it to fit in the page or within the page, then you need to kind of keep that in mind. Also, you could go and do it straight. You could try to straight it, to do a straight kind of word, or you can just do it sort of a little bit tilted here and there, and that makes it more kind of whimsical looking. So I think I'm going to go for the whimsical, as it takes less effort to do. So I'm just going to make sure I load good amount. So the trick is to check before you stamp that the entire letter is covered, it looks nice and wet and it's covered by the ink. So let's do it here. So that's good. Now if you don't mind these corners, you can leave them, or if you do, just make sure you kind of wipe them away before you stamp, so that would help you. I'm going to grab a dry tissue, and to clean the stamps I'm just going to stamp a couple of times on the tissue, and that will kind of keep it clean. So next one is a U. So if I just dab it once, you can see that it's very sparse, so it's not covering the letter. But if I dab it a few good times, you can see it's getting there. So when it's nice and ready, and then this time I'm checking that the corners are nice and clean, which is good. And I'm going to tilt it to this side. So you can see here I have no problems at all. And so the letter, if I put it to the side, it stands out quite a bit, as you can see. So that's the good thing about it, because the more it comes out, the less it is likely to get the ink on the corners when you're trying to load the ink onto your stamp. So that's a good thing. So thank you Amy 10 for thinking about this. So next one is going to be E. Also try when you dab it onto the ink, try not to tilt it to one or the other side, try to go quite straight, because again that will help you to avoid getting the ink onto the corners. So I just tilted to one side slightly by a mistake and I got the ink onto the side, but I can try to wipe it before I go on to paper. And let's see, there you go, no problem. Okay, these feel actually quite fun in your hand. It makes you feel almost like one of those board games or something, you know. The size is very perfect, really is. So I can see there's a little bit of ink on the corners, so I'm just going to wipe it. Okay, so we've got a day left, so it should be okay, hopefully. So there's enough space. it's looking good. I do like this font a lot, I have to say. So I'm going to grab A. Okay. So they're all stamping quite well, no issues whatsoever. They're obviously really well made, and you will know a stamp when it's not well made. You'll have loads of issues, like you'll have a lot of these sort of corner issues, and also the stamping, it won't be like an equal layer of the ink going onto the stamp. So from all these points of view, it's been very good so far. So I'm going to also stamp today's date, just because I want to see what these numbers look like. So I'm going to shift the date to this side, I think. So let me just do it here, and let's see. So today is the 26th. So I'm not trying to go too straight here. Okay, so I decided, I thought about it and I decided to stop here because the numbers seem to be quite chunky, and because of that, it's if I stamp the entire date, month and the year, it's going to take up a lot of space and it's going to look very heavy for my liking. So what I'm going to do here is just probably use a fountain pen and just write out the rest in like in a nice looking font, and that's probably how we'll do it, because I want to use this page for journaling anyway. So yeah, and so I hope you got a good idea of how these stamps work, and I don't know, I'm not too fond of the numbers font, but I don't know, I might start to like it at some point. Sometimes you change your opinions about certain looks, but I really like it. I bought it really for the letters anyway. So yeah, so I do love the letters, I do love the quality. It feels very good in your hand, very well made, good quality. I just said that. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you soon.